Once upon a time, in the heart of the Whispering Woods, lived a little girl named Aara. Aara wasn't just any little girl. She had a heart full of kindness and a spirit of adventure that led her on countless escapades through the woods. Her days were filled with the laughter of birds, the rustling of leaves, and the magical company of talking animals who were her closest friends. One sunny afternoon, as Aara skipped through the woods, she came across a small clearing. In the center stood a majestic oak tree with its branches reaching towards the sky like welcoming arms. Beneath the tree sat an old wicker basket covered with a faded red cloth. Curiosity sparked in Aara's eyes as she approached the basket. As she lifted the cloth, she gasped in surprise. Inside nestled a tiny rabbit no bigger than her hand, with fur as white as snow and ears that perked up inquisitively. The rabbit looked at her with eyes as red as rubies and spoke in a voice as clear as a bell. "Oh, hello there. Are you going to eat me?" Aara couldn't believe her ears. A talking rabbit. Was this a dream or reality? Gently, she reached out a finger for the rabbit to sniff. Then, noticing Aara's kind eyes, it hopped onto her finger and snuggled in the palm of her hand. "Don't worry, little rabbit," Aara whispered, her heart melting at the tiny creature's vulnerability. "I won't eat you. What's your name?" "I haven't had a chance to decide yet," the rabbit replied, batting its long eyelashes. "But you can call me Snowdrop." And so their unlikely friendship began. Aara carried Snowdrop back to her cottage, a cozy abode nestled at the edge of the woods. The cottage was filled with an assortment of peculiar gadgets and gizmos, all of which were the result of Aara's endless tinkering. With flour dusted across the table and a half-finished clockwork bird perched on the windowsill, it was clear that Aara's mind was as imaginative as the gadgets she created. As soon as Snowdrop hopped off Aara's finger, he dashed around the room, his white tail bobbing excitedly. He sniffed at the gadgets, hopped on top of the clockwork bird, and even peeked inside the oven before settling down beside Aara on the table. "Do you want some carrot sticks, Snowdrop?" Aara asked, reaching for a bunch from the bowl on the table. The rabbit nodded eagerly, and after munching on the carrots, curled up on the table, fast asleep. Aara couldn't help but smile at the sight of the sleeping rabbit. She had never imagined that one day she would have a talking rabbit as a pet, let alone one that was as playful and charming as Snowdrop. The following morning, as sunlight streamed through the windows, Aara awoke to the rhythmic ticking of her gadgets and the soft thump of Snowdrop's tiny feet as he explored her cottage. But today was no ordinary day. It was Aara's birthday, and as she stepped outside, she was met with a surprise. The Whispering Woods had transformed into a whimsical wonderland. Flowers of every color imaginable dotted the landscape, their petals unfurling in a joyful dance. Butterflies with wings like stained glass fluttered among the blossoms, and even the trees seemed to be celebrating with their branches adorned with colorful ribbons. Aara gasped in amazement, her eyes wide with wonder. The talking tree, an ancient and wise being that resided at the heart of the woods, had heard whispers of Aara's kindness and wished to surprise her on her special day. "Happy birthday, Aara," boomed a deep voice. Startled, Aara turned to find the talking tree before her. its gnarled branches swaying gently in the breeze. "Oh, talking tree!" Aara exclaimed, her hands flying to her mouth. "It's a wonderful surprise. But how did you know it was my birthday?" The talking tree chuckled, its leaves rustling like 1,000 tiny voices. "The whispering woods tells me all about you, Aara. Your laughter echoes through the trees, your footsteps on the moss, and the joy you bring to all who enter these woods." Aara blushed at the thought of her daily adventures being shared by the woods. She had always felt a deep connection with nature, but never realized that her actions were so intertwined with the very essence of the forest. The talking tree continued, its voice soft and gentle, "For being such a kind and adventurous soul, I would like to grant you a wish on this, your special day." Aara's eyes widened in surprise. A wish from the talking tree, a magical being whose wisdom and power were revered throughout the land. What could she possibly wish for? She thought of the many gadgets she had dreamed of creating, of the inventions that would make life easier or more enjoyable for those around her. But as her gaze fell on Snowdrop, who was curiously sniffing at the tree's roots, a different kind of wish took root in her heart. She looked back at the talking tree, her eyes shining with determination. "I wish for my friend Snowdrop to be by my side forever," she declared. "I wish for him to remain as my companion and friend for as long as we both live." The talking tree's branches rustled in approval, and with a final flourish, bestowed a magical acorn upon Snowdrop. "This acorn holds the magic of everlasting friendship," boomed the talking tree. "May it serve as a reminder of our day and the bond you share." Snowdrop, sensing the significance of the moment, carefully placed the acorn around his neck, and Aara knew in that instant that their friendship was indeed meant to last forever. The day continued with laughter, games, and the sharing of stories. The talking tree regaled them with tales of the ancient past, while Aara and Snowdrop promised to cherish their friendship, their bond strengthened by the magic of the whispering woods. As the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows across the clearing, it was time for Aara and Snowdrop to part ways. The talking tree's magic had woven its spell, ensuring that their friendship would endure the test of time. With a heavy heart, Aara hugged Snowdrop goodbye. She knew that their adventures were far from over, and she couldn't wait to see what tomorrow would bring. Back at the cottage, tucked beneath her blankets in bed, Aara couldn't sleep. Her mind raced with thoughts of her wish and the future that lay ahead. Suddenly, an idea struck her like a bolt of lightning. Sitting up in bed, Aara jumped out and raced to her workbench. She rummaged through her collection of gears, springs, and wires, her eyes gleaming with excitement. As the first rays of dawn peeked through the windows, Aara held up her creation. It was a beautiful silver locket, no bigger than her thumb. On one side was a delicate flower, its petals seemingly crafted from spun sugar, while the other featured a pair of intertwined hearts. Aara smiled, knowing that this was more than just a pretty trinket. It was a symbol of her friendship with Snowdrop, a bond that transcended ordinary friendship and reached into the realm of magic. Just then, A soft thump on the windowsill announced the arrival of her furry friend. Snowdrop, as if sensing Aara's thoughts, hopped onto the window ledge and gazed at the locket in her hand. Aara opened the locket, revealing 2 tiny compartments. "I want you to keep this safe, Snowdrop," she whispered, placing a single white hair of his inside one of the compartments. In return, Snowdrop delicately placed a small red feather inside the other. It was a token of their enduring friendship, a reminder that no matter where they went or what adventures they embarked upon, their bond would remain unbroken. And so their extraordinary friendship continued, filled with laughter, adventure, and the unwavering support only true friends can provide. Together, they faced challenges, discovered hidden wonders, and created memories that echoed through the whispering woods, becoming part of the very fabric of the enchanted forest. Their story serves as a reminder that friendship, like magic, has the power to transform our lives, bringing joy, wonder, and endless possibilities to every adventure.